And welcome back
to the Jenaverse.
Cue music.
Come and join us, we're Jenna. We're gonna go to the Jenaverse. Come and join us, we're Jenna. We're gonna go to the Jenaverse.
Yes, welcome to a workout session with the Jenaverse. Work.
Yeah. We love to work out so much we need to do it in the car.
Yes.
It's hard to see our costumes today, but we are going for like a jazzercise gymnastics kind of theme.
Yeah, I'm like 80s gymnastics. That's why my hair is like this.
Yeah. You know. Oh, also, if you don't know us.
Yes, my name is Ena.
And my name is Jill. And together, we're Jenna. And oh yeah, I forgot about the TM.
The only podcast.
Yeah, welcome to the only podcast on earth. As you know, for the 6 weeks of Halloween, the very famous 6 weeks of Halloween that everybody knows exists, we have been magically unglued from our seats and we're loose in the world.
Yes.
And of course, as you can tell today, we're coming at you from a beautiful country road.
Yes, a beautiful, phenomenal, majestic, coochie wedding country road.
I mean, look at this big old hill we're going down. Woo! Yeah, roller coaster!
But yeah, we have a jam-packed episode for you today. Let's just jump right into it.
Let's get into it.
Jenaverse, 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 Jenaverse.
Okay, look what we have in our hands. Jill's driving, and yet she insists on gaveling.
I insisted
Oh
on my
God,
gavel.
pray for me. Good thing you're on a country road.
Country girl on a country road. What could go wrong?
Well, yes. With these gavels in our hand, we are going to decide if you are valid or not valid.
Yes.
Yes, you sent us your situations, your
little
events.
mess ups. Yeah.
Yes. And we'll tell you whether or not what you did was right or not.
Or wrong.
Or wrong.
Because we're in Jenna Court.
Yes. And court is in session. Okay, so this first person, they said, am I valid if I'm rude to my doctor because she won't let me finish. I'm rude to my doctor because she won't prescribe me life-saving medicine that I buy on the internet. You are valid.
You are valid, but I don't know. That seems like a tricky situation.
I feel like there are ways to go about it. Like, get another doctor, go the litigation route. Be like, I want you to document on my chart that you refused me this medication.
Yeah, they might change their mind.
And they might change their mind. But like, being rude, I don't know if the way you're going about it is valid. So a little tab for not valid.
Maybe don't be rude.
Don't be rude.
But maybe get a new doctor.
Yes,
because this one sounds like it does suck.
Yeah.
Not saying you're wrong about your doctor sucking, but just rude is never the answer.
You're like, please, may I have some insulin? Your doctor's just like, I don't know. Can I have some Ozempic? No, I need to lose the weight. Okay, this next person says, am I valid if I find weed that my former roommate forgot about and keep it and re-gift it? The former roommate's from a month ago.
And they're gone?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Valid.
It's valid.
How would you not be valid? What are you supposed to do? Call them, hey, you left your weed, drop it off? No, that's your weed at that point.
Wait a week tops to see if they ask for it, and then it's yours.
It's been a month. It's been a month. That's your weed.
I wouldn't even have waited a week, to be honest, and I wouldn't be gifting it. I would just be smoking that, saying, what a beautiful security deposit I got back from my roommate.
I don't know. I feel like you overthink things.
Yeah. Relax.
Relax.
Worst comes to worst, they're just going to be like, do you have my weed? And you'll be like, oh my God. I can't find it.
Yeah.
And then if they're really pressing you about it, buy them new weed.
Buy them new weed. Because also it's been a month. They're not going to want their month-old weed.
Yeah.
Like, I think they'll be fine. This next person says, am I valid if I canceled my BetterHelp subscription because none of the therapists were particularly exciting?
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 I was with you for the whole thing because I've seen YouTube videos that Better Health is a scam. But because your therapist should be a boring person. They should be bringing stability to your life, not excitement.
They want the therapist to be like doing like skating tricks on camera.
Do a backflip.
And this is also like a virtual therapist. What do you want your virtual therapist to do to be exciting? Do a line of coke on the video call? Is that what you want?
Oh.
Oh.
Should I accept it?
Yeah.
They just said better. They didn't say how.
Excuse me, sorry. Sometimes the GPS is
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
in because
yeah,
we are actively on our way somewhere.
Yeah, we're going somewhere. We're not just driving
We're
around
just driving
aimlessly.
around.
You know, in the Jenaverse, it's time to girl boss even harder, and we need
Yes.
to multitask.
We
So
are triple tasking. Judging, filming.
Driving.
Jill is doing like 12 things at once.
it's fine. There's
Leave-
nothing going. You
leave
can
a
see
clap.
how well I'm doing.
Clap your pots for Jill in the chat.
Stop.
Clap your pots for Jill.
She will never let that go. She's clapping her
That's
pots
my
for everything.
favorite. Oh my god. But yeah, no, you're not valid. That is wild. They want their therapist to be given head on video.
I don't know what you expect
What
a
do you want your
therapist to
therapist
do.
to do?
It's just supposed to help you out.
You want your therapist to high five you?
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen, babes. Somebody says, "Am I valid if I left nonprofit for a capitalist firm so I can support my family?"
That's fine.
Yeah,
Whatever. Life is
whatever.
suffering.
We must all sell out at
Yeah,
some point, you know.
especially if you mess up and have a family.
You mess up and you have a family.
You gotta pay for it. You gotta pay for those kids.
You do. Unfortunately, you have to feed those children and not traumatize them with poverty. So.
Yeah, so we support you.
Yeah, we support
wish
you.
Can we just say we wish it didn't have to be this way?
Yeah.
I wish you could just work for a nonprofit and live a life with a family.
Exactly. And also some of these nonprofits, I turn a big eyebrow to some of these nonprofits.
Oh, you think some of them are phony?
Some of them, I'm like, why is your CEO making $400K a year, but your lowest employee is barely getting by?
Yeah.
You know?
It's
And also,
not
like,
good.
there are huge tax havens for, like, rich people. So if you think about it, you were already in the capitalist system anyway.
True.
Yeah.
It just felt better.
It just felt better. This next person says, "Am I valid if I hate when people call me on the phone?"
No,
I think you're valid.
I don't think you're valid.
Oh.
I don't think you're valid at all. I fucking love to talk on the phone. I talk on the phone quite often.
Personally, I think you're valid because, like, if you think about it, not everyone wants to talk on the phone.
Yeah, whatever, grow up. It's part of human life. I am so pro talking on the phone. Hours of texting can be solved with just a 10-minute phone conversation. It's so time efficient. And honestly, I remember when texting became big, I was like in the 7th or 8th grade, and I remember thinking, like, why would anyone want to text? I thought, this is never going to catch on. Nobody's going to be doing this shit.
And then it's overtook
And I was
phone
wrong.
calls.
And I will be wrong again.
I mean, I was always like, why would somebody want to text? But I was also like, why would somebody
Okay.
want to call? I was just,
You're like,
I'm
why
just
does anyone wanna talk?
anti-communication. I'm like, bring back letters. So this next person says, "Am I valid if I check Grindr to see when my boyfriend is online? We're in an open relationship.
Oh.
And if that is why he isn't texting back."
Honestly, it's probably not valid, but I would not be any stronger than you. Because an open relationship, I can't imagine that I could do that and not act a little, a little exciting every once in a while.
I just feel like it's just such an emotional torture to put yourself through. Constantly checking, like, it's sort of like checking on somebody's Instagram to see if they're active, and that's not why they're texting.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
It's a slippery slope, and then you just don't have fun because you're constantly like checking in on this person, and that's just gonna give you psychological torture.
Yeah. It's not valid, but I get it, and it is bleak to see that they're online on Grindr and not texting you back. Like, I get it. That would drive me nuts.
Well, maybe they just want to be on Grindr.
It's their comfort.
Yeah. It's an activity.
That's bleak.
I mean, I do think this whole situation is a little messy, and maybe you're not. Open relationships are not for you.
Open relationships aren't for everybody. They're definitely not for my sorry ass.
It doesn't sound like it's for you if, like, you're checking if he's on Grindr. If that's why he's
you
not
should be out
texting
there on
you back.
Grindr yourself.
It sounds like you're having, like, some trust issues. I don't know. That's just my assessment. That's my diagnosis.
Yeah.
As the world's worst therapist, I diagnose you with a little insecurity.
Could you imagine if your therapist called you from the car and their friend was in there?
And they're holding gavels and they're telling you your problems are not valid.
It'd be bleak.
This is how therapy should be done.
Yeah. Shut up!
Shut up! You should have not done that. But yeah, I hope you get in the habit of not doing that.
Yeah.
Because it will just save you a lot of
I hope you just get mental freedom in some way. Yeah. It's not fair to you.
It's not fair to you. You're in mental turmoil. Something needs to change.
Yeah.
Either it's the relationship, a conversation needs to be had, or you just gotta like set alarms and stop yourself.
Oh, are
from
you
checking.
suggesting they break up?
Well,
The classic Jenna advice. Break up with your boyfriend. It solves more problems than you think it would.
honestly, you'd be surprised.
How many problems breaking up with your shitty boyfriend can solve?
So many.
So many. It's at least gonna raise morale.
At least gonna free up your time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And imagine how better you feel about yourself when you use your free time to do other things instead of checking on Grindr to see if someone's on it.
True.
This next person says, am I valid if I wear shoes in the shower frequently?
You know what? You're being weird. Maybe you got a nasty shower, so you got
Clean
to.
your shower, perhaps?
Well, maybe that's their idea of how they clean their shoes.
What, they're wearing their fucking Chucks into the... Yeah, let
Give
me
them
wear
a
my...
little
let me
scrub-a-dub-dub
wear
in the shower.
My Jordans into the shower.
They're dirty.
I mean, like, I understand having shower shoes, but I feel like if you're at home, if you're truly at home...
Wash your shower, baby.
Yeah, like, there are ways, I don't know.
You're valid because...
I don't think you're valid.
I think you're valid because it's not that serious.
I don't think you're valid. You're not in a college dorm. You're in your own home and you're wearing shower shoes. Something needs to
Yeah.
change. But unless it's like a textural thing, then it's like,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I'm like, just do it. Whatever.
okay, Jill's allowing you. I'm not.
I'm allowing
passing
you.
judgment. But you know what? Good cop, bad cop. That's what you come
Yeah,
here for,
yeah,
right? Oh, look at
exactly.
this lovely cemetery.
Ooh.
When I died, bury me right by the road when I could be washed out. One bad flood and it's over
It
for
doesn't flood
some of these
here.
people. Oh. With climate change, it could flood anywhere. Look at that guy. That guy's ready. That's
Pitch
like the
posh.
lowest lying right by the road.
Whatever.
Next person said, am I valid if I hate Ohio?
No, get over it. Grow up. Not valid at all. Get over it. Have you even been here? What happened to you here? Have you been to all the parts?
Ohio is just like Pennsylvania in my opinion.
Yeah, so
If you hate Ohio, that means you hate Pennsylvania as well.
get over it.
Yeah, no. I don't think you're valid. I will defend Ohio's
Thank
honor.
you. Thank you. Defend our valor.
I think people just like to hate on Ohio because, you know, it's hard to have a personality.
They hate us because they ain't us.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. But I would say they hate Ohio because it's hard to make something of yourself. So you just
Yeah.
stoop low. It's easy to hate on Ohio, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
easy. You
everybody
wake up-
hates Ohio. So
Yeah.
many jokes about Ohio. But it jokes on you because we love being here.
Okay, we have time for two more. This person says, am I valid if I miss the dog of a friend more than the friend? We are not on speaking terms, ATM.
I think you're valid.
I think you're
You
valid.
don't even like this friend. It's not even a friend. You broke up with them.
You
So
were
of course
friends
you're
with them
missing the dog.
for the dog. You
Yeah.
just didn't know it until you weren't able to see them anymore.
That's what's hard about dogs is you can't just be like a dog's friend. You have to be the owner's friend too to
Owner's
get
friend.
access to the dog. Dogs should have more autonomy so they can still be your friend even when you break up with their owner.
Yeah, that's how I feel about parents. When I'm not friends with somebody anymore and I'm no longer like friends with their parents, for me that hurts more half the time. Some
Sometimes-
people have
yeah.
really cool parents and they're like, I loved your mom. I didn't love
I miss
you.
her.
I miss her. But I can't just pull up and be like, oh, hey, Mrs. Wilkins, you want to go grab a coffee? Like, no. And I hate that, you know? Yeah, I feel like usually like in a relationship, that's when like the ex, you know, you break up with your ex, but your ex is still cool with your mom.
That's bleak though.
That's bleak because you're just like, Mom, what the fuck?
yeah, you would hope your mother would be like, fuck them,
Fuck
you broke
them.
up with them.
But no, your mom is just like, all right, that's just Susie. She can come hang out. And that happens so much.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the kind of relationship I'm interested in. Where
You love the mom
I
more
love
than
the mom more than
Your partner.
I'm trying to get a new mom. A second mom. Trying to stack some even dads.
Yeah,
If the
it's
dad's
good to
cool
have a
too.
few.
It's good to have a few.
I've
you
been
know?
adopted into many families. Like, this is our adopted daughter, Jill. It's how you get to go on better vacations than what your family can afford.
Exactly. So I think you're valid, but yikes. This last one, this person says, am I valid if it bothers me that my friend complains about his job but won't try to apply to other ones? I don't think you're valid.
It depends how much the friend is complaining.
I don't know. I think like sometimes people just need to complain about their job.
I guess.
And I think your friend, truthfully, it does not matter where they work, they will complain.
True.
So-
I'm going to give it a light tap because I think hang out with this person less. If they're talking about something too much, hang out with someone else for a little bit.
I don't know, because like, I feel like people who really complain about their job,
They're always going.
they're
You're
going
right.
to complain no matter the job.
They come
I'm
with the
kind of one of
easiest
those
job.
people.
Yeah.
You could put me anywhere and I'm going to come home and be like, I don't like this. It could be one thing and I'll blow it out of proportion. Some of us just hate employment.
Yeah.
We just understand that it's a part of life. And maybe he's just comfortable with what's familiar. It depends. It also depends what he's complaining about. Like, if your friend was complaining, like, oh, my manager is like harassing me.
Yeah.
And, you know, like everyone hates me. Someone's being racist, but then they stay at the job. That's a different story.
Even then, you
Even
can't be
then.
mad at them. You have to be like, oh my God, I'm so
Oh my God,
sorry.
I'm so sorry. Maybe think about getting a new
Yeah.
job. And you know what? Maybe you need to take matters into your own hand.
Get them fired.
Oh. I was going to say, ask your friend for their SSN and just start applying on their behalf.
Oh, yeah.
If they won't apply, get them a
Sure,
job.
yeah.
I like to get them fired, though. That was
Yeah,
interesting.
email their employer.
Email their employer. Record a session. Record a session of them complaining and send it to
Leak
them.
it.
Leak it.
Then you get rid of, your friend won't complain about their job and your friend won't be friends with you anymore. So you won't ever hear them
Two
about complain-
birds,
Yeah.
one stone. Consider it. Think about it. All right, well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for sending us your situation.
And yeah, I mean, Jenna Court adjourned.
Yes, court dismissed.
Jenaverse, 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 Jenaverse.
Okay, it's really interesting that we're driving.
Vroom, vroom, vroom.
Vroom, vroom, vroom.
You wouldn't think that you would usually drive like this if you're in Brooklyn.
No, you wouldn't. But that's because there is moving happening.
We're moving right now.
Yes.
And we're moving in this car because I personally moved.
Yes, Jill moved. And so now we must considering a moving game. And
Yes.
so we asked you, what advice do you have to someone moving to your city? And based on the advice, we would consider whether or not we would simply move there.
Yeah, I mean, I just did it so I could do it again.
Yeah. Okay,
did
so this first person, they said, for Asheville, North Carolina, please, dear God, just don't move here. It's a terribly expensive place.
Okay, easy. I'm not
Easy.
moving there. I've lived in a terribly expensive place. Honestly, it's not that bad. You know what I mean?
And also, like, I feel like North Carolina expensive versus Brooklyn expensive.
Isn't going to be that expensive.
It's not going to be that expensive. Okay, I don't know.
We're coming from a really expensive place.
Yeah. Okay, one of the most expensive cities in America. So, I don't know. Asheville, North Carolina cannot be more expensive than Brooklyn.
But I don't want to move there because I know there's something happening in the Carolinas where they are mad about everyone from Ohio moving there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is something I've been told multiple times. If you know about it, please add to the dialogue.
Add to the dialogue.
I wouldn't do it just because I don't want to be part of the stereotype.
I wouldn't move to North Carolina because I have a roommate who went there and died. So,
Wow.
yeah, he was shot there. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
We're not moving there.
no, we're not moving there. North Carolina has bad vibes, in my opinion.
And now that you're telling me it's expensive,
Exactly.
I'm not coming.
Somebody says their advice for their new city is if you move to LA and you think people are fake here, you're hanging with the wrong people.
Oh.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
honestly, I can't believe that everybody in LA is a terrible person. That's
Yeah.
just like not how the world works.
When I met people in LA, and I've been to LA several bouts, and I'll probably end up there at some point. Every time I go there, I'm like, I don't know, I don't get the feeling that people are fake. I don't know where that comes from, but maybe it's just like,
The plastic surgery.
I
But
think-
also, like, I think you have to be hanging out in a specific area to run into those kind of people.
yeah, and I think when people say people are fake, I think what it is that like, it's kind of like, you know how like New York is hard to see people?
Yeah.
Like, you kind of have to put effort into it. I think
Yeah.
what it is, LA, no one really puts effort into seeing each other.
Well,
So
yeah,
then people think the
right.
friendships are like empty and like vapid. And I think that's what people mean by like people are fake in LA. Is that like someone will be your bestie one night, but then they will not make the effort to come hang out with you. But usually it goes both ways. The other
Yeah.
person's also not making the effort to hang out with the other person. So that's what I find.
I can't imagine that such a gigantic city only has fake people in it. It's huge.
That's a good point. Like a city that big, they can't
You
all
can't
be
say
fake.
something
Come
about everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, but the question was, would we move there?
Would we move there? I mean, I would.
Yeah, you would move there. I would
there.
not. I need seasons. I need snow. Honestly, hotter, not colder.
Or so you think.
Or so I think, but I'm pretty sure I do.
You know, you'll come visit when I'm
I'll
there.
come visit and I'll make a real assessment. I've never been there.
This next person says, you have to do extreme sports or you'll never make any friends. Colorado is insane.
I've been to Colorado and I could not live there, not based on that, based on the fact that the driving is insane.
Is it?
Yes, the driving, you drive everywhere at 70 miles an hour. There's like banked turns so you can hit them really fast. There's so many blind turns, so you're like in the mountains with the semis. It's terrifying. It's not normal.
I've been to Denver, and all I have to say is I didn't know one city could just have such rancid vibes.
Really?
I am not a fan of Colorado.
Oh, I liked the vibes. I just didn't like the driving.
I didn't like the vibe. Maybe the rest of it will be fine, but Denver, the capital, that's the best they've got.
Wow.
I heard I might like Boulder better, but I don't know.
I was like out in the country and it was nice.
Oh, okay. Maybe that. I should give it another chance.
A rural
But
chance.
Denver, I was like, oh my God, where are we? Ugh.
Yeah, not moving there. And the extreme sports to make a friend, that does get tiresome for someone like me.
I am afraid.
Yeah, also
I am
that.
so afraid. Like,
I am also afraid.
my joints are not the strongest. You know, I have hypermobility syndrome.
doing
so
crazy stuff.
I can't be skiing.
No.
One bad turn and it's like over for me and my knees.
I went skiing and it was scary.
That's terrifying. And
I
you go
enjoyed
so
it.
fast.
You get used to
Sometimes
it,
there's a bear.
but I was still going, yeah. And I definitely don't want to see a bear.
Woo! Welcome to Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Woo! This next person said, if you're in Belfast, I don't know how they would pronounce in their accents. Don't mention that you're English or Protestant if you want to keep your teeth. Well, I'm not English.
I'm not English or Protestant, so maybe I could.
I am the Protestant. I am Protestant, but I don't have to talk about it. I know a thing
you
or two
are?
about Catholicism.
Yeah, you could pretend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could pretend to be
I could
Catholic. I
pretend.
could teach you some of the words.
Yeah. Dominos. I know so many Catholic songs. Like,
Honestly, Belfast, I could consider moving to because the weather is what I want it to be. And that's pretty much the only thing I know. And that's a big determining factor.
and they eat potatoes.
And they eat potatoes. I'm Irish in some way. So yeah, that's not going to deter me, but I guess that means they're like racist and religiousist.
Yeah. I wouldn't move to Belfast for
Maybe
the
vibes aren't
weather.
the best.
The weather
Weather
does not
would be
appeal
nice.
to me. And I also know that like they don't eat too many vegetables in that part of the
Oh.
world. You like try to find some kale, it's like pulling teeth. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe not. The weather is tempting though.
The weather does not tempt me. Ugh. It's like cloudy and rainy all the time. Gross.
That's what I want.
Ew. Move to the PNW then. That's just go there. Go to the Pacific Northwest, Joe. It's calling you.
Maybe.
This next person says, wow, they don't even say what city it is, but they said their advice from people moving is left side is for walking, right side is for standing. If you get this wrong, you will be stabbed.
Stabbed? I'm not moving to where this is. The stakes are too high. Stabbed is not a normal punishment for walking or standing in the wrong
It feels
place.
a bit extreme, but I get it. You know, I like
Oh,
a
you
place
do.
where everyone is just like
On
moving
edge.
No, everyone is just moving the way that they're supposed to.
Oh, okay.
I get so fucking pissed when I'm walking down the street and somebody just want to be like pausing.
Yeah. Stopping for no reason, like I wasn't walking directly behind you, that does piss me off.
It
Slow walker.
pisses me off so much that I wish I could stab them. So you know what? I like that it's legal wherever you live.
Just-
I'm moving there.
Yeah, please follow up with the location so Ena can live in her stabbing paradise.
This next person says, Chicago. Their advice is go to the lake as much as you can. Talk to the lake. The lake is magic.
See, that is the kind of thing that makes me want to move to your city.
This is appealing to me.
Yeah, go talk to the lake. It's magic.
The lake is magic.
Talk to it as much as you can. No, a magic lake? Yeah.
Wow.
Honestly, this is the first advice that has swayed me.
I think I've been swayed too. Now I'm like, hang on.
Yeah, the magic.
The
Go talk to
magic
the lake.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Interesting.
Honestly, maybe I'll move to Chicago
Yeah,
next.
might have to go to Chicago. That does appeal to me. This next person says, in Montreal, Canada, their advice is learn a bit of French and don't bother trying to drive here. Transit only.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, I don't like to learn a bit of French.
Yeah, it's going to sound so bad with my accent.
Well, that's actually what it is. They speak French with like a country accent.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I can then.
You probably could. Regular French people in like
They get mad.
they get so mad. They hate the people from Montreal. They're like, that's not real French.
That makes me want to move there.
I like the transit. It sounds like the public transit is like extensive and reliable. I'm like, hang on.
Yeah, that sounds good too.
Hang on. Do I want to move
Maybe
to
Montreal, yeah.
Okay. All right. I would move there. I'm considered.
Yeah, maybe.
Somebody said in Atlanta, their advice is that they bought a car when they moved, and their friend told them, don't buy a car if you won't mind getting it dented.
What are you supposed to do? Can you take public transportation around Atlanta?
It's not that good.
No,
you can,
so
but
you just
it's
have
not
to
that
accept
good.
someone's going to hit your car.
Yeah, you just have to accept.
And sometimes when you choose to use some kind of vehicle, you choose that you could be hit. Like when you ride your bike in Brooklyn, everybody says it's not if you get hit, it's when. And I got hit by a car on my bike.
I was
It
there.
was, yes.
I was driving the car.
And it tried to get me for months, and she finally got me. I was in a moment of weakness. Not on my A game. That's my fault. She hit me.
But no, I wouldn't move because like the fact that like it's a city that I know the public transit isn't that good, so I have no choice but to drive. But like my car is going to get dented. I don't know. That sounds like an insurance nightmare. Sounds like your insurance premiums are very high in Atlanta.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of people out driving, and that's not my kind of driving.
But I do love Atlanta though. I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger and I went there, I was like, I'm gonna move here.
Oh really? I've never been
Atlanta
there.
did things. The vibes are immaculate in Atlanta. You should go. Yeah, I'm a fan of Atlanta. Living there, that's another story. You will not catch me doing that.
Sometimes you need to keep a place like, this is where I vacation. Like, that's how I feel about New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like, there's something when I go there, I'm like, I could live in Spooky Town, USA all year round and be happy. But then it wouldn't be my special place to go on vacation.
Yeah. And you know what? That makes sense for Atlanta for sure. Okay, this next person says their advice is don't. There's so many people are saying don't come, don't. Where are you?
Guys, you can move. If you live in a terrible place, you can move away.
Someone said don't for Nashville. Their advice is don't come. It's more terrible than you can imagine.
Move out of Nashville. And I don't think that's true. What's happening there that's so bad?
I'm curious. Somebody said Manchester. Emotionally prepare for Market Street / Piccadilly Gardens.
Is this in England?
Absolutely. You hear the word Piccadilly. You know,
yeah, I was like, I don't know a Piccadilly around here, that's for sure.
I pick up my nose.
Yeah. What is a Piccadilly? Do you know?
It's just a word. I've heard it before, but I think it's just a word. It's
Does
like
it mean
Piccadilly.
anything?
I think it's just the name of something.
Oh,
like
okay.
Piccadilly.
Okay.
It's spelled Piccadilly. How do you say that with a straight face?
Piccadilly.
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 Oh, I'd like to go to Piccadilly. Piccadilly.
Yeah, I'm not moving there because I'm not sure what a Piccadilly is, and I'm not sure that I want to find out.
Man, if you're in England, you already lost me. I'm sorry. I can't consider.
She's not.
But you know, Piccadilly Gardens, the gardens part does interest me. I will give it to the British. They do have some pretty nice looking gardens.
Oh yeah, Piccadilly Gardens.
Somebody said Boston. Their advice is don't get a September 1st lease. Dear God.
Oh yeah, because it's a college town.
College town.
I'm not moving to Boston. The bars close at 1 a.m. in Boston.
You cannot pay me money
Maybe
to drive
before.
on those roads. I don't know. They let a 5-year-old draw that road map and they went with it. Boston is a sick city. You will not catch me living there. And the weather's not that great.
No, and the people aren't that nice.
And the people aren't that. What is it that gets people excited about Boston?
I think, I don't know.
And they have more Dunkin' Donuts than Starbucks.
I'm not living there.
I'm not shitting my pants every time I want coffee. No way. Wow, we got a lot of these. So this person says, for Santiago, Chile, their advice is don't look policemen or elders in the eye, respect the street dogs, and ask for things.
Oh. Wow. That's some interesting advice that makes me want to kind of move there.
Yeah, I'm like interested.
Not looking the
street
policeman
dogs,
in the eyes. I wouldn't do that to begin with.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
I
To
wouldn't
begin with.
recommend that.
I'm not even looking their way.
No.
I don't
Not
exist
even
to them.
here.
They don't even see me.
No, and not looking elders in the eyes. I could become accustomed to.
Yeah. I already don't look half the people I talk to in the eyes, so I could adjust
I
that.
would have to adjust, but I could get there.
Ask for things. Okay.
That's nice.
I'm already doing that.
I don't do that, but I need to do it more. So maybe this is what will push me.
And this person says, respect the street dogs.
You should do that. That's the one that turned me around. That I was like, yeah, this is a place where things make sense. Because why would you not respect the street dogs? Why would you be pushing them and thinking they're like
hard? Yeah,
and they're not little scrappy that your friend carries around in their purse.
They'll fuck you up.
That's what I'm saying. It's a dog. If a dog wanted to kill you, I mean,
is that a Taco Bell?
Yeah, you want Taco Bell?
I do at some point.
We'll pass another.
But yeah, you know, I would move there too.
Yeah, I would move there because even though that advice wasn't magical, it felt a little magical.
It was a little whimsical in
It
a
wasn't
way.
talk to the lake, but it kind of had talk to the lake vibes. Oh my God, look at this place.
Hot dog shop?
Wow. Wow, that breakfast.
Okay, so this last city, let's see, let's do a good one. This person says, for Helsinki, their advice for Helsinki.
Where's
Eat
Helsinki?
Helsinki's in Poland, I think.
Okay. I just didn't want to
think
imagine
it's
it all
Poland.
wrong.
If it's not, cut this out. Embarrassing. Americans not knowing geography.
I
It's
don't.
in Eastern Europe for sure.
Okay.
So for Helsinki, eat vitamin D, C, and B through the dark season. 6 months. Also, you get friends from hobbies.
That's,
Babe.
I don't know.
Babe.
I'm even into the cold and dark, but
6 months?
the vitamin, you're warning me about the vitamin deficiency I will have.
6 months?
6 months is a long time.
That's like,
I don't know.
oh my God, what's that? November through April.
That doesn't sound that bad when you put it that way.
November, December, January, February, March, April. And
I
then
mean, that's
May is when things start to lift up.
You can stop taking your vitamins.
I don't know. I don't know.
That, when you put it that way, that's some bleak shit. And you make friends through hobbies. I think that's true anyway.
Yeah, that's true anyway.
That's just how you make
Yeah,
friends.
that's just how you. I mean, how else are you gonna make friends if everyone's
Work.
shut in inside?
I guess, yeah.
In the fucking dark for 6 months. Oh my.
Oh my God.
I don't know if it's worth it.
Helsinki.
Helsinki. Yeah, put in the hill in Helsinki for sure.
Yeah, I don't know about
All right,
that.
well, thank you guys so much for sending your advice. We're gonna have to do a part 2 because we still have a lot more of these.
Yeah, and we have honestly, some cities to move to.
Yeah. And some cities, honestly, if
We don't even want to visit.
I would burn it down. I would truly burn it down. You're lucky I'm not a Mongol because I would raid,
Yeah.
pillage, and burn it down.
Yeah, Boston.
All right, well, God. On to the next.
On to the next.
Jenaverse, 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 Jenaverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, this episode was a bit of a car wreck. Because you couldn't stop watching.
You couldn't look away.
No.
Honestly, I love being in the car. This is such a great episode.
Yeah, wow. I hope you guys are enjoying the innovation that's going on here at the Jenaverse. We are really taking you places that you've never been.
Yeah, thank you for being here. My heart is kind of, warm and fuzzy as we drive down these country roads.
And my pussy is wet and sopping as we go up and down these roads.
Woo!
Woo!
But it doesn't matter that my heart is warm and fuzzy because we still have to guilt you and shame you.
Exactly.
Like it, subscribe,
share, comment with a capital C.
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment. If you don't like it, leave a comment. If you like it, leave a comment. If it was okay, leave a comment.
Yeah, we take criticism. It's still a comment. It
Yes.
doesn't matter to us. Yeah, but yeah, do all those things. Thank you for the chatters in the chat.
Yes, shout out to our Citizens of the Week. Thank you for joining us every week. We do this for you. If you are wondering what that is, every 3 p.m. on Thursday, you can join us.
You could be in the chat with us.
Exactly. And that's honestly, people say it's the best day. They look forward to it every week. so-
Everybody who's there loves it.
Exactly.
So maybe think about
Yeah,
it.
consider it.
Just consider it.
Consider it. Skip class. Skip work. You can do this.
Yeah, 3 p.m. on a Thursday, you're more available than you think. If you really put your heart into it.
Yeah.
Happy 6 weeks of Halloween.
Happy 6
of
weeks
course.
of Halloween. Stay spooky, and as always, stay fresh.
Bye.